А нам все равно, а нам все равно, пусть боимся мы, волка
The
и
Diamond
лоху.
Army is a 1968 Soviet comedy produced by Mosfilm and first released in 1969. The film was directed by Leonid Gaidai and starring several famous Soviet actors including Yuri Nikulin, Andrei Mironov, Anatoly Popanov, Nona Mordlikova and Svetlana Svetlichная. The Diamond Arm has become a Russian cult film and is considered by many Russian contemporaries to be one of the best comedies of its time. The plot of the film was based on the real events about Swiss smugglers who tried to transport jewels. It's a crime film with no cruelty that presents a bright and very honest portrayal of the everyday Soviet life. Many of witty phrases from this film have already become proverbs. A Crew is a movie produced by Mosfilm in 1979. It was the first catastrophe movie shot in the Soviet Union. This movie shouldn't be advertised as a simply disaster flick. This is a story of several Soviet pilots, their lives, families, and relationships. The movie is an excellent reflection of the life of Soviet middle class in the late 70s. All main characters are developed with brilliancy and depth. The disaster part culminates the movie, showing main characters' behavior in extreme situations. It was surprisingly well made for that time and place. The crew flies to the rescue of Soviet citizens in some remote parts of the world. Finally, the crew manages to bring the plane safely back home, despite mechanical damage and severe weather conditions. The movie won the universal acclaim and was one of the top 10 among Soviet theatrical releases of all time. Rocky is a 1976 American sports film both written by and starring Sylvester Stallone. The whole story tells us about the strength of human spirit. The film was made on a budget of just over $1 million and shot in 28 days. It became a hit with the public. It earned almost $300 million in global box office receipts, becoming the highest grossing film of 1976, and went on to win 3 Oscars, including Best Picture. The film received many positive reviews and turned Stallone into a major star. It spawned 5 sequels: Rocky II, Rocky III, Rocky IV, and Rocky V. All of them are definitely worth watching. The Brother 2 is a feature film directed by Alexei Balabanov in the year 2000 and starring such talented actors as Sergei Bodrov and Viktor Sukharukov. After the release of the film, it became one of the most successful works in different film ratings. It's a Russian gangster flick which can be compared with a lot of American action films and a sufficient answer to James Bond. A perfect cast, captivating plot, and soundtracks make the film technically brilliant and fascinate spectators from all over the world. The 10 top films list can't exist without a movie about the Great Patriotic War. For the next place, I've chosen a Soviet masterpiece of Vladimir Rogovoi called Officers and created in 1971. Since then, it has become one of the most popular and favorite films in Russia. The film follows at length the lives of two friends, Alexei Trofimov and Ivan Varnava. The story is very sentimental and leaves deep and lasting impression. The quotation "there is such a profession defending one's motherland" is known throughout the whole country. The film received wide publicity, attracting more than 53 million viewers in the first year of its existence. The fifth place goes to a 1972 American crime film starring Marlon Brando and Al Pacino. The Godfather is widely regarded as one of the greatest films in the world cinema and as one of the most influential, especially in the gangster genre. Now it's ranked as the second greatest film in American cinema by the American Film Institute. The film was for a time the highest grossing picture ever made and remains the box office leader for 1972. It won 3 Oscars that year: for Best Picture, for Best Actor, and in the category Best Adapted Screenplay. The Green Mile is a 1999 American drama film directed by Frank Darabont and adapted from the 1996 Stephen King novel of the same name. The film is told in a flashback format and stars Tom Hanks and Michael Clarke Duncan, with supporting roles by David Morse, Bonnie Hunt, and James Cromwell. The film tells the story of a supervisor in the prison called the Green Mile. It's a depiction of the Great Depression in the United States and some supernatural events in 1935. The film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards: Best Supporting Actor for Michael Clarke Duncan, Best Picture, Best Sound, and Best Adapted Screenplay. Back to the Future is the 1985 science fiction comedy film. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, written by Bob Gale, and produced by Steven Spielberg, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and others. Back to the Future was released on 3rd of July in 1985 and became the most successful film of the year, grossing more than $300 million and receiving critical acclaim. It won the Hugo Award for the Best Dramatic Presentation and the Saturn Award for Best Science Fiction Film, as well as an Academy Award and Golden Globe nominations among others. Back to the Future is the perfect time travel movie. Back to the Future is probably the most intelligent science fiction comedy ever made. It's a Russian drama film about Vladimir Vysotsky based on a screenplay by his son Nikita and directed by Pyotr Buslov. The picture was released at the end of 2011. The film is based on a true story about Vysotsky's concert and subsequent clinical death in 1979. The film can be praised unreservedly as it really succeeded, grossing about $11 million on the first day of its release, and consequently became one of the most successful films of contemporary Russian cinematography.
Один из нас поехал в рай, Он встретит Бога там, ведь есть, наверное, Бог.
And finally, the winner of this hit parade, Gentleman of Fortune, is a Soviet comedy produced by Mosfilm. The stars of the film include famous Soviet actors such as Savely Kramarov, Evgeny Leonov, Georgy Vitsyn, and Radner Muratov. The film was a leader of Soviet distribution in 1972, having 65 million viewers. A satiric and witty movie that revolves around an adventurous plot. The film is absolutely to everyone's taste, and if you are a fan of Soviet movies, or if you are just a lover of good, maybe even classic comedies, Gentleman of Fortune is just the right film for you.